Hello, and welcome to Carnicerias Jimenez. My name is Jose Jimenez, and we're currently standing in front of our 3850 West Fullerton location here in Chicago, one of our 8 stores that we have throughout the Chicagoland area. As one of the largest family-owned Hispanic supermarkets in the Chicagoland area, we set high standards for our hygiene, cleanliness, and sanitation. And in our 49 years of business, we've worked with many providers, but nobody comes close to State Chemical and the people they have working for me. One of the largest issues that I had with all my previous providers was the fact that I had to constantly be hounding the guys to come in and do the work. And when they did show up, it was always subpar. It was always something missing, something they didn't do, an overcharge on my bill, and it got to the point where I was just tired of that. So I ended up canceling with everybody else. That's when State Chemical walked in. And like I said before, it was a blessing from the heaven. My key account manager, Jay Mann, has been on top of everything, and I have not had a single issue with him in the last 5 years that I've been working with State Chemical. And they provide not just all the same services that the other guys do, but they go above and beyond, because one of my biggest issues and concerns as the owner of my own buildings are my pipes. They're old, they're rusting over, they're clogged. And one of the greatest services that State Chemical has been able to provide me is my drain cleaning services. So once a month, I know that Jay is on top of it, and I have not had a single issue in the last 5 years. One of the greatest things about State Chemical, the thing I love the most, is the fact that they listen. They don't just come in, do the work, and get out. They come in, they ask questions, they observe. And if there's any concerns that I have, they're always there to offer their help. I know at one of our locations, we had been having a blockage and odor issue with one of our drains and grease traps for years. An issue that the other providers couldn't deal with. An issue that we couldn't deal with in-house. Well, our key account manager, Jay Mann, not only overheard in passing that we were having this issue, he asked us to give him a shot at it. He said, hey, give me 3 months. Let me see what I can do in those 3 months. He explained the process, he explained the chemicals he would be using, and we said, yeah, we'll give it a shot. Hey, we've been dealing with this issue for years. Another 3 months of you trying it isn't gonna hurt us. And within a month, we start seeing an immediate progression. Things started to look better, flow better, smell better. And sure enough, within 3 months, issue resolved, issue gone, and now we've got them doing the same service at all our other locations. Go back in time with me for a second. November 2019. My contracts had just ended with 2 of my previous providers, and service had just been so bad with them that we decided we'll just handle sanitation in-house. We'll do it ourselves. But then March 2020 rolled around, and along with it, a little tiny thing called COVID-19 that took the world by storm. Businesses were closing down globally. We had no choice but to be forced into renewing our contracts with our previous providers because we wanted to keep our doors open and provide the highest level of hygiene and sanitation to our customers. However, the competition said, no, we can't handle you right now. We don't have the people or the chemicals to provide you service. And I thought to myself, we're gonna have to close our doors down, shut down, and go out of business, like so many did at that time. But one of our locations had just started working a couple months previous with State Chemical. I reached out to their rep, and not only did he say he could provide all the services I wanted, he could go above and beyond and provide me with other services that the other companies just couldn't offer me. Not only did we put State Chemical in our locations, but since then, I've reached higher levels of hygiene and sanitation than I ever had in our last 30 years of business. What really marked the difference between State Chemicals and the other guys is the fact that they're not just a distributor of chemicals, but a manufacturer of them. So in my greatest time of need, not only were they able to provide me with all the chemicals and sanitation products that I needed, but they were working for me 24 hours around the clock keeping my doors open and allowing my business to stay alive. Getting set up with State Chemical was as easy as 1, 2, or 3. It was a quick phone call. That same day, they were out surveying one of our locations, and by the third day, they were already setting up their equipment and bringing in their chemicals. And when I needed them the most during the pandemic, not only did they step up, but within 24 hours, they had surveyed all my other 7 locations, and within 48, had them all set up with the equipment necessary to keep my doors open. Now they come around once every 30 days, check my equipment, keep my chemical levels set, and if I need them for anything, he's just a quick phone call, text message, or email away, and I know that he's always at my door within 24 hours of when I need him. State Chemical has been 1,000 with me. From our very first big win by having them fix a years-old problem in less than 3 months, all the way through keeping my doors open through the pandemic, and now 5 years later, keeping my stores tip-top clean, I cannot stress how happy I am with them and how much I recommend them to everybody else. My customers love how clean the store is and rave about how great it smells when they walk in. My employees love how easy it is to work with State Chemical's equipment. And I am proud to say that I've been able to raise the standard of hygiene, cleanliness, and sanitation thanks to them. If you're on the fence working with State Chemical, don't be. You'll start reaping the benefits from day one. They have literally gotten rid of all my headaches when it comes to sanitation and hygiene issues within my locations. Working with State Chemical has actually been State Chemical working for me. I've been with them for the last 5 years, and I'm looking forward to another 5, 10, 15 years, as long as I'm alive, possible, because I'm just that happy with the service and chemicals they provide me.